South Park is under attack, not by hippies, ginger kids, or Barbra Streisand, but instead by streaming giants and corporate lawyers. Yes, right now the beloved animated TV show is caught up in a custody battle between some of the world's largest streaming companies. Warner Bros. Discovery, Paramount, and even Netflix has entered the equation, and in a recent article published by The Hollywood Reporter, they managed to obtain an exclusive about the situation. They learned that the show creators Trey Parker and Matt Stone are now threatening legal action over someone's interference with the streaming contract negotiations. So this begs the questions: who owns South Park? Where will it stream next? And what's this I keep hearing about more episodes being banned from streaming services? For those out of the loop, South Park is currently streaming on two major platforms at once, but neither of them are happy about this shared custody. Back in 2019, Warner Bros. Discovery, or HBO Max, dropped $500 million for the show's full back catalogue of over 300 episodes. And with this, they would have the rights to stream all new seasons through to 2025. Jump to 2021, where Parker and Stone then signed a $900 million mega deal with Paramount. And expanding South Park's content, they were under contract to make 14 exclusive streaming movies and 6 more seasons, all under the streaming service of Paramount Plus. And if you want to hear more about the specifics of this deal, I did cover it in a video a long time ago. Essentially, the short of this is that South Park is being double-dipped, and Warner do not appreciate this considering they originally paid to stream the show exclusively. Paramount stepped up by saying the deal was about making the all-new streaming content and not about the episodes, so naturally, Warner lawyers up and sues Paramount for breaching their initial $500 million deal from 2019. Jumping ahead now to January 2025, and several articles were published online discussing the legal issues facing Paramount. Warner's lawsuit argues over whether or not these new streaming movies should be viewed as episodes of the show and therefore should be included as part of the entire South Park catalogue made available for streaming. By not being given the opportunity to stream the episodes labelled as specials, this is apparently a breach of the initial contract from 2019. No content was viewed as outside of the scope of this initial deal. Of course, this begs the question about Paramount's understanding of the initial deal from 2019. Did the company take advantage of the ambiguity of this original contract by, I guess, essentially double dealing on the new content elsewhere? And where do South Park Studios, Trey and Matt stand amongst all of this? Bear in mind, Paramount Plus was relatively new back in 2021, therefore a new deal for exclusive South Park content that was bound to drive subscribers to the platform. But Warner firmly believes they had the exclusive right to stream all of the South Park content between the years 2019 to 2025. They claim to have been blindsided when it comes to episodes or streaming movies that weren't included as part of the new seasons. And after Season 24's COVID story changed up the show's release format, new seasons consisted of only 6 episodes instead of 10. It's therefore implied that the streaming movies would fill in the gaps, counting as the 4 episodes that were taken away. In short, Warner was looking to pursue a breach of contract claim. From their perspective, it's as though they are being shortchanged on content. Fast forward to June 2025, and believe it or not, things are getting even weirder for the beloved mountain town. Paramount is currently in the process of merging with the media company Skydance, and this is where Trey and Matt have accused the soon-to-be head of newly merged company, Jeff Shell, for interfering in contract negotiations. Now, Jeff Shell has supposedly meddled with offers that Netflix and Warner Bros. Discovery have made for the show, asking them to modify certain terms of their offers in a way that will benefit Paramount, and one example points to Shell urging Warner Bros. Discovery to give Paramount Plus an exclusive 12-month window for new episodes of the show and to shorten the term of the deal from 10 to only 5 years. Now naturally, this will likely worsen the studio's bid for the series, only lasting for half the time. I should mention the contract with Warner has technically already ended, however the show does remain on HBO Max as of right now, with contract negotiations for its extension being discussed. Either way, Paramount will apparently have the full catalogue of episodes available to stream on their platform from July 1st, and depending on how things go with Warner, they may potentially hold non-exclusive rights to stream the show on HBO Max continuing. And with this in mind, Paramount Plus has been expecting to be the exclusive home for all things South Park, not just the streaming movies, and Jeff Shell's meddling is likely to make the show seem less appealing to other potential buyers, therefore allowing Paramount Plus to lock it down and keep it under wraps. As to be expected, Trey Parker and Matt Stone are not standing for this. It's a harmful disruption to their reputation and business model, therefore they fired off a cease and desist letter making it clear that all interference is to stop. Not only that, but until the merger is officially complete, Skydance has no right to use confidential info to make demands on behalf of South Park Studios and Paramount. Hopefully, no further interference will occur, therefore allowing Parker and Stone to keep working on all new content in line with their current contracts. At the end of the day, all they've wanted to do is keep creating episodes. They even reportedly held off on this, waiting for these legal issues to be settled. But right now, nothing has changed about the current deals as we await to hear more news about what to expect in the coming months. We know that a new season of South Park is set to premiere July 9th on Comedy Central. I don't believe there's been any changes to where you can watch the premiere, which is reassuring. As usual, the new episodes therefore should be available to stream on HBO Max afterwards, unless the streaming rights don't work out. As you can already gather, things are still a little bit up in the air, but hopefully things will be made a lot clearer as we get closer to the new season. Newer specials similar to the likes of Post-COVID and the Streaming Wars will be made available exclusively on Paramount Plus. I don't believe this will change anytime soon unless there's maybe an extension made to the current deal, and we've only had 7 out of the currently contracted 14 streaming specials, so there's still plenty of content set to arrive over the next couple of years. On the subject of streaming episodes of the show, I thought this video would be the perfect opportunity to discuss this rumoured list of banned episodes over at Paramount. If you're a long-time fan of the show, you'll know that there are currently 5 episodes of the series that you cannot comfortably stream online, that being Super Best Friends from Season 5, Cartoon Wars Parts 1 and 2 from Season 10, and 200 and 201 from Season 14. These episodes have not been made available for a long time and are not new to censorship. This began back in 2010 after violent threats were made towards the show's creators and Comedy Central for South Park's depiction of the Prophet Muhammad, and those episodes are still unavailable on both HBO Max and will not be available on Paramount Plus. But here's the kicker, they were actually never part of the modern streaming deals to begin with. Thanks to a rumoured list circling the internet, some fans have been freaking out over more episodes being removed for being offensive. And I'll clarify by saying that this list is not official and is extremely unlikely to be true. The decision made back in 2010 simply just hasn't been reversed and probably never will be, which is disappointing, but Trey and Matt have moved on from this, and I'd be very surprised if they allowed a streaming service to interfere with their show. They have always fought to keep control of South Park, and I do not see that changing anytime soon. For those looking to watch the banned episodes, honestly, DVDs and Blu-rays are your best bet. Oh no, wait a minute. There we go. So 200 is uncensored on the Season 14 DVD, but 201 is the butchered version that originally aired back in 2010, and Comedy Central were very cautious, bleeping every mention of the name Muhammad, and even bleeping Kyle's speech at the very end of the episode.
I learned something today.
Luckily, a hero rescued the original uncensored version of 201 from the South Park Studios website servers, which leaked onto the internet in January 2014, and if you know where to look, you can find it pretty easily. I did end up making my own copy for the collection, which is uncensored, which I may do a video on later down the line. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video looking at the current custody battle over the streaming rights of South Park. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to leave me a like down below. Let me know in the comments what you think of this situation. As always, I love hearing your thoughts and opinions. And for more videos, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, DVD Review Studios.
Are you threatening me?